What's going on, guys? Thanks for jumping in for another video. Today we're working on my 240, getting the diff welded up. So that means the diff has to come apart, and we're going to drain all the fluid and inspect the gears, make sure it's all looking good before we move along with welding it. And when you weld it, you actually weld the internal gear set, so both sides rotate at the same rate. So before the diff gets welded, this is how it currently operates. If the drive shaft is spun, the output shafts rotate at the same direction. However, if you hold one, essentially the drive shaft would be rotating. The outside wheel, where I'm holding the inside wheel, or opposite wheel end, would be spinning. Well, this one does not spin because wheels travel at different velocities. As the outside wheel is going to be traveling faster than an inside wheel while a car is turning. So this is why that's engineered like that. However, for drifting, you want the wheels to be going at the same speed and locking together. So we're going to crack this open, drain the fluids, make sure all the splines on the gears are good, and pretty much clean it out a little bit and weld it. Repeat the whole process of cleaning out, because you're going to have welding slag that could destroy the splines if you don't clean it out. And then once that's all done and said, I'll make sure I got some RTV on here and a good clean seal and fill it back up, and should be good to go. So let's get moving on this work, and thanks for watching. So at this point, we've got the diff cover off. Still need to clean off the edge. Going to go around this with a razor blade, clean it off, make sure it's prepped for new gasket or RJB. However, figured I would go through what I was talking about before with all the gears. So right here is your planetary gear, or your main gear, and then internally is what we're going to be welding. So each side where your axles would hook up has a gear, right, left, and then these are connecting gears up here. And we're going to weld at each corner where this gear meets the top gear, where this top gear meets the left gear, where the left gear meets the bottom gear, where the bottom gear meets the right gear. And then moving forward with that, we're going to put a little plate in here, probably a little bend to go over the edge, and weld it all together. So there's also a whole steel plate in there besides just a single weld. So this will help it stay together. And then once we're done with one side, flip it over, spinning the drive shaft input, and then repeat the whole process on this other side. So as you can tell, this whole inside casing is still covered with fluid. So I'm gonna do my best to try to clean that up a little bit using some brake cleaner, and I don't know, I might torch it to be honest, as I need to have a cleaner surface to get a good weld, as I don't want the welds coming apart, because if the welds break, this whole thing's gonna break and I'm gonna be out a pumpkin. So gonna try to get this right the first time, and yeah, that's how it's gonna go. So I got to measure out from this distance around. Looks like it's gonna be like a 1.5 by 2 inch, maybe 3 inch little rectangle, and make 2 of them, clean them up, prep them for welds, and get this ready. So it's gonna be a little bit of a cleaning process, but this step should be a expense-free part for the drift car, which is a good thing to have. So anyways, let's get moving. So now that we got the diff welded up with the plates in between all of the gears, I need to clean it out. Unfortunately, I don't have any kind of just scrap, or I mean pretty much shit fluid to run through it, so I unfortunately have to waste some pretty good fluid rinsing it out. However, it's worthwhile doing this, as if I have any slag or any just debris that was caused from welding just sitting around in the diff, it could end up getting in between the gears and wrecking everything. So I'm just gonna clean it out and then clean up the edge.